Absolver's premier style.
You don't think! You never figured out how to think!
Some say it's OP, others think it's hot garbage. But we aren't going to concern ourselves with that. All we're going to go over is how you actually fight the class, starting off with a breakdown of how the style ability works, followed by some deck considerations, and finally an overview of the Kahlt mind game, along with some in-game examples of how to win it.
Why are you blue? Ugh.
The Kahlt style ability is an omnidirectional absorb that ignores hit stun, adds a stack of resilience to the Kahlt, and converts the damage that the Kahlt would have taken into ghost health. Unlike Forsaken and Windfall, it does not break your gold link, so if you keep gold linking, your next move will come out like normal. This means the Kahlt will have to rely on their fast options to interrupt you after an absorb. Ghost health will replenish over time, however it can be taken away if you receive hit stun from, say, an ability or an attack. Resilience will allow the Kahlt to ignore the stun of an attack that is classified as light in the deck editor. The attack will still do damage, but not remove the Kahlt's ghost health. And finally, because the style ability is omnidirectional, the Kahlt does not have to worry about any mix-up other than timing. Now that we understand the ability's properties, let's get into...
Why should I be penalized because of your sloppiness?
Because Kahlts only care about timing mix-ups, it's important to have at least one stance with a timing mix-up where there is a 6-frame difference between your two attacks. Also, try to use more 13-frame openers so that when the Kahlt has resilience, you can take away their ghost health using your fast option. Now that you have the tools, it's time to break down the... Like I mentioned before, when a Kahlt absorbs your attacks, you can still gold link. You can also do pretty much everything else. For example, you can just block if you're unsure what they're going to do next. Or you can press your 13-frame fast option if you think they're going for a slow option. Now, it gets really complicated when you start to predict what move they're going to do when they absorb your attack. You see, when a Kahlt absorbs your attack, you have enough time to react to the blue flash and time a style ability to counter the Kahlt's fast option. This is where the takes place. This mind game gets extremely dangerous when you throw super heavies into the mix. If a Kahlt absorbs a spinning high kick, they have 200 health on the line, and if I read them correctly, I can add another 90 to 100 damage on top of that. On the flip side, the Kahlt can read me trying to dodge their opener and go for their own spinning high kick. So, if you're not certain, try and block instead of going for a random option. A good way to start learning this is to first memorize the openers your opponent has. After that, get used to reacting to the blue flash and blocking. And once you're comfortable with steps 1 and 2, you can start predicting your opponent's options. There are also other things you can do, like using a power or a charged move to get rid of ghost health. So now that you know what you can do in theory, let's put it into practice with some clips. Okay, so here's a clip against Tonberry. As you can see, we're playing normally and he absorbs my face back fist. He goes for a fast option, which I'm not ready for, and he hits me with it. I get my turn back and I throw out a flute swing. Now, I'm unsure of what he's going to do, so I block. And I see he's gone for the fast option again. Now, next time he absorbs, I'll be ready for it. I let a spinning high kick fly, and because I know he's going for the fast option, I slip, and I get my 300 damage. The game continues, and he absorbs again. This time, because I have no stamina and I'm not sure what he's going to do, I go for the EQ to option select what he does, get some stamina back, and continue my turn. Here's a clip against Nene, which shows some more options. Uncertain, I block and counter the next option, which nets me around 100 damage. And then I let my spinning high kick fly, let him absorb it, and here I use EQ to get a free 200 damage without having to read much. I continue my turn, and in the end, he panics using his absorb, but because I have a nice timing mix-up here, he eats a spinning high kick, and that closes out the round. So, in summary, for your deck, have some 13-frame openers and try to put in a tasteful super heavy. And for the mind game, start by learning to react to the blue flash and block or use a power. And then you can start countering their follow-up after absorb in more intricate ways.